called Good Idea or Bad Idea. And we take 3 headlines and we ask if that headline is if the thing that happened in that headline is a good idea or bad idea. Not if the headline was a good idea or bad idea. Although headline critiquing would be a fun bit.
Okay.
Just looking at headlines and deciding if it's a good headline or not.
And then we'd have to like count how many like characters. Is it SEO
Yeah,
certified or not?
exactly.
Is that good for SEO or no?
Yeah. All right, the first one, the Lions have given an extension to quarterback Jared Goff. It is a 4-year deal worth up to $212 million. Good idea or bad idea to give Jared Goff an extension worth up to, what is that, $53 million a year?
It feels like a bad idea, but at the same time, you're building something there. He's the guy. He's the leader. I don't know, man. That's so much money. Like, I don't want to like disparage. Jared Goff had a very, very good season last year.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know that that's someone I'm putting that much money into.
So here's the deal. At least for me, structure of the deal is not out yet that I can see. Right? Yeah. Here's the deal with this, and this goes toward the conversation we have about players like Zach LaVine, where if you're the Lions, you have to pay Jared Goff $53 million a year. Again, that's average annual value. We don't know the exact structure of the deal yet.
But it was like I think I read it was like 175 guaranteed.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of money. But let's just stick with the AAV for now, because if you try and get into the dynamics of the cap, we could have a really long, convoluted conversation.
Yeah.
But a $53 million average annual value is about the going rate for a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Yes.
Now, we'll ask the same questions about Jared Goff that I think we're probably going to ask about Brock Purdy next year when he's due for his extension. And that's, is he making your team better? Is he a product of the players around him? Are you going to have to get rid of players to keep him that now lower his ceiling? Like that's kind of the conversation that we're going to have. And the Lions don't really have that. They paid Penei Sewell. They have Sam Laporta on a rookie deal. They paid Amon-Ra St. Brown. That offensive core is intact, and they did so while paying Jared Goff. Aiden Hutchinson also not due for an extension for another couple of years. My guess is Jared Goff's contract probably gets a lot cheaper or easier to get out of after year 2 or 3.
Okay.
But again, we don't know exactly. This is what you have to do, though. You can't let Jared Goff walk if you're the Lions, because is he Patrick Mahomes? No. Is he Josh Allen or Joe Burrow? No, definitely not. But the fact of the matter is, you know what your offense is with him in it. And you are trying to keep this Super Bowl window open for 3 or 4 years. If Jared Goff can win a Super Bowl, I don't know. But you got to feel good about it if you're the Lions. This is a good idea. This is the right thing to do. And when the 49ers inevitably pay Brock Purdy 55 or 56 a year, or whatever he's going to wind up getting by the time he's on the market, or his extension is up, I think that's going to be a good idea as well. This is just kind of the going rate. It's what you have to do.
Okay. I mean, I'm not going to argue that. I agree that this is kind of like what you have to do. And because he's a certain age, he's 29 years old. I think he's worth that. But it just seems like a lot of money. And it does seem a little more like Dak Prescott than it does, one of the 2 or 3 guys in the league that can make a huge difference for you. So tough. It's tough because you have to pay him. Yeah. But I also think like that just seems like a lot of money for Jared Goff.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. But the cap is going to keep going up.
Yeah.
Other quarterbacks are going to start getting paid. And at some point, his contract is going to go from top 5 in AAV to 12. And you're going to feel a lot better about where his number is. I just, if you're letting him walk, if you're not extending him, or you're going into this season with that question mark, that's just something, it's something you don't want hanging over your head.
No, I agree. And I mean, he's thrown for over 4,000 yards, over 4,400 yards 4 times.
And to be totally frank, if you're the Lions and you're looking at how your season ended, last season was not Jared Goff's fault.
Yeah.
Them losing to the 49ers was not his fault. Josh Reynolds couldn't hang on to 2 passes. Whoever their cornerback was, I forget his name, had a ball bounce off his face mask, and Brandon Ayuk makes a miraculous diving catch that gets the 49ers back into the game. Jared Goff was really good. And
Yeah.
It was other players on that team that let him down. So I think it's a good idea. Good on the Lions for extending their dudes and trying to keep the Super Bowl window open. Number 2, LeBron James was courtside last night at the Cleveland Cavaliers game. Just there, watching some hoop. Nothing to see here. Just hanging out in Cleveland. LeBron James was a kid from Akron.
Just a kid
sitting courtside, enjoying a bottle of wine, and taking in some basketball.
Okay.
He had wine, coffee, and water. That's A+. Really well done. Anyways.
I don't know that it's a great idea, but I would also say the visual for the NBA is great because what you want is as much intrigue for that series as
Yep.
possible. And I don't know that series has a lot of intrigue outside of that.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. I'm okay with it. Like, he should be able to enjoy basketball.
Yeah.
He's a 40-year-old man.
39.
39. I mean, what he wants to do with his AARP checks, he can do. Like, I don't care.
Sure.
I mean, he's super close to Social Security age. If he can fit that into his budget, okay.
Is he?
Yeah. No. I'm.
Oh, okay.
No.
Like, what age is so?
67 probably
okay.
for him.
Okay.
It'll probably be like 69
right.
by the time he
Sure.
nice. Get there. Yeah.
Yeah. This is a great idea. Good on LeBron. Whether he is just like, yeah, I'm gonna go sit courtside in an NBA playoff game because he loves basketball.
Yeah.
Forget what you think about the guy on the court or off the court or whatever. Put all that aside. There's just no question that this dude breathes, poops basketball.
Yes.
Loves it. It is his favorite thing. And he gets to sit courtside and watch some NBA playoff games. I know he's cool. He's tight with Jason Tatum. Gets to watch Jason Tatum. Gets to watch Max Strus. I don't know. But he's also a free agent.
Yeah.
He's sitting there just, hey, yeah, no, I'm at the Cavs game. Get people talking about him. Get teams talking about him. I think it's just a great idea. Well played by LeBron. One of the best off-court strategists we've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I have no choice but to respect it.
He's good at it.
The NFL has decided the 49ers will open the Monday Night Football schedule in Week 1. They will host the Jets. Forget that for a second. Good idea or bad idea? Putting Aaron Rodgers and the Jets back on Monday Night Football for Week 1.
I'm got my fingers crossed that we see like the same thing happen last time.
I'm not going that far.
No.
This is a terrible idea, dude. This is such a bad idea.
You think it's jinxing him?
No. But it's a 40, what is he, 41 now?
Something like that.
It's a 40-plus-year-old dude coming off an Achilles tear. Who knows what voodoo he did during his recovery process. And you're putting him on national television again for Week 1? Bro, it could have waited until Week 2. This isn't his Jets debut. He's already done it. He's already done the thing. They're on the road. It's not like he's going to be
3 snaps.
It's not like he's going to be at home. Like this is a poor idea. You could have done a 105 kickoff against somebody else on the Jets schedule and made this week 2. Make sure that Aaron Rodgers is going to get through a complete football game first before throwing him back on national TV. Because there is a very real risk, and there's risk of injury in any game, totally.
Mm-hmm.
But with this player specifically, given how catastrophic last year was, risking that again as your exclamation point on the first week of your 2024 season, big nightmare potential.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Like, I don't think it's a good idea at all. But then again, like,
yeah,
what if he comes out and he looks like Aaron Rodgers and they still get beat by 15?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
If he looks like Aaron Rodgers, the Jets are going to be really freaking good.
Okay.
Their defense was excellent last year.
Mm-hmm.
They just couldn't find a quarterback to complete a pass.
At all.
At all. And Patrick says in the chatty house, he'll be fine. Like, yeah, probably. I'm sure everything is going to be fine. And this is all. But also, you couldn't have just given him the 10 a.m. Pacific time Week 1. Let him play
against the Dolphins.
Let him play the Dolphins. Yeah, there you go. You get a division game. People will be watching. People will be paying attention. It's a good offense versus defense thing where it's not necessarily like Aaron Rodgers is going to be the story but it's the Dolphins offense. They're so fast. And how does Robert Saleh's defense? There's so many other things to talk about. With this, it's going to be like, oh, Aaron Rodgers, he's back on Monday Night Football. Hope his Achilles doesn't blow. I don't know, man. That's a bad idea. Week two would have been better. That's all.
Okay.
But good for the Niners getting as Eric Branch from the San Francisco Chronicle pointed out, their first week one at home with fans since 2017.
Ooh.
It's 2020. There's nobody in the building.